My name's Madison Boucher, and I'm reading from Judges chapter 12. The Ephraimites were called up to the battle and crossed over to Zaphon. They said to Jephthah, "Why did you cross over to fight the Ammonites and not call us to go with you? We're going to burn down your house over you." Jephthah replied to them, "My people and I were in a great conflict with the Ammonites. But when I cried out to you, you didn't rescue me from their power. When I saw that you weren't going to rescue me, I risked my own life and crossed over against the Ammonites, and the Lord handed them over to me. So why have you marched against me today to fight me?" So Jephthah gathered all the men of Gilead and fought the Ephraimites. The Gileadites defeated the Ephraimites because they had said, "You are fugitives from Ephraim." Gilead stands with Ephraim and Manasseh. The Gileadites took control of the Jordan's crossing points into Ephraim. Whenever one of the Ephraimite fugitives said, "Let me cross," the Gileadites would ask him, "Are you an Ephraimite?" If he said no, they would tell him, "Then say Shibboleth." But he would say Sibboleth because he couldn't pronounce it correctly. So they would seize him and kill him at the Jordan's crossing points. 42,000 of the Ephraimites fell at that time. Jephthah led Israel for 6 years. Then Jephthah the Gileadite died and was buried in one of the towns in Gilead. After Jephthah, Ibzan from Bethlehem led Israel. He had 30 sons and 30 daughters. He married his 30 daughters to those outside his clan and brought in 30 young women from outside for his sons. He led Israel for 7 years. Then Ibzan died and was buried in Bethlehem. After Ibzan, Elon from Zebulun led Israel. He did so for 10 years. Then Elon the Zebulunite died and was buried in Ajalon in the land of Zebulun. After Elon, Abdon, Hillel's son from Pirathon, led Israel. He had 40 sons and 30 grandsons mounted on 70 donkeys. He led Israel for 8 years. Then Abdon, Hillel's son from Pirathon, died and was buried in Pirathon in the land of Ephraim in the Amalekite highlands.